Welcome to Create Arts Online. I'm Katherine England. I'm teaching book building and daily art practices. This course is designed to give you an insight into so much more than just creating an art book. I will guide you on how to build a high-quality creative vessel worthy of holding a daily ritual of creative exploration, observation, muscle building, and just plain doodling. I will give you a very detailed step-by-step instruction on how to create the cover, prep the paper, and sew using a beautiful Coptic stitch. You can repurpose an old book cover or create an old-looking book cover using new materials. Once you've created your book, I will dive deep into the many different exercises that will help you tap into the precious parts of your brain that will allow us to see and observe what is actually there. As we know, artists tend to struggle with creative block. These exercises, if done regularly, will guarantee you access to a new way of approaching challenges in your art and daily life. We will discuss how fear, the inner critic, and judgment from others truly stops us from being self-expressed. I will teach simple drawing exercises that will help you access problem-solving parts of our brain that often elude us and keep us stuck. We will not take ourselves too seriously, though. I will show you some fun tricks and crowd-pleasing techniques that you will want to add to your book. The purpose of this process is to heighten your awareness so you can truly see how incredible your life is. So let's get started.
Katherine, thank you so much for coming to Create Arts Online. This is a course I have been really excited to have here, and I think it is so important across so many mediums of art, and I'm just so grateful that you could come here and share this with us.
Thanks. This is, I get to teach a lot of different courses, and I think this is the most important thing I teach, no matter what your medium is. This has had the most profound impact on my life and my creative journey. So I'm really glad to finally get this on film, and I'm really glad that you were willing to take on such a complicated subject.
Thank you. And before we kind of get into the course, give me a little background on how you got started with this kind of journaling or book building. Like, there's so much to it and so many words, vessels we could put on it.
So, like most of you, I have a stack of blank journals at home with the first 3 pages written on them. And nothing has excited me. I'm just like, I don't want to journal. And if I were to advertise this as a journaling class, very few people would be engaged. But all the planets lined up for me about 15 or 16 years ago, and I had the opportunity to meet a woman who did a type of journaling that I'd never seen before. And it just completely changed how I began to approach not only art in general, but just using art as a type of therapy, because I was going through a difficult time at that point. Mm-hmm. And then she was generous enough to work with me over a few weeks, and then I just kind of took off with it, and I have developed a lot of exercises. I just found some things really worked for me better than others, and what was exciting for me over the years is kind of figuring out the science. I started reading a lot of books about why the brain works the way it does, and how we can have control over certain fears and emotions that usually run us. And we actually ended up writing a federal grant and ended up using this for educating children, for helping people in Al-Anon. Actually, this is a program we use with them, and it's just helped me be not only a better friend and sister and
citizen of the world.
Exactly, but it's had a huge impact on my art, and I have so much more courage and playfulness and confidence in my art.
Yes,
just because of these very simple techniques and exercises that I do.
Well, and I guess that segues into my next question. Is a very unique process, but it's a practice, so it's not something you're just going to make a pretty book and put it on your shelf. There's really a lot going on. So can you elaborate a little bit more on what that daily practice really looks like and what you get from it?
Great, thank you. So we live in a really, really fast digital world, and things are little snitches and snaps and immediate gratification. And what I found, especially, when I started this, I didn't even have as many things pulling on me as I do now. And this tactile, daily kind of grounding me to the earth and doing this kind of old school of touching and moving along the paper, and has profoundly kind of, I can just feel a change in my brain, and I feel a different way of looking at things. And I found it only takes a few minutes every day. And I think once you get into this habit, you're hungry when you don't do it for a long time. And even when I have a project due or a proposal I have to do and I'm stuck, I open my book and you'll have about 15 exercises we do, and I just start doing one of them, and it like breaks through a dam. And mostly because I have done it a lot now, I feel really comfortable and confident. My fear level is way down, and that's what stops all of us. And when I get new students, and the terror of the blank page, or holding the pen, or the substrate, or it just after time, those that have kept up with this, it's just their story is completely changed, and it's joyful to see and to feel.
Well, and as we all know, mindfulness and being present is such a big part of what we're all trying to gravitate towards in our lives, right? And we all know, or maybe you don't know, that a daily practice will lead you to that. It almost is a guarantee. So even Katherine teaching this course and me listening to her, I started observing things differently, like automatically. I haven't even had a chance to practice in a journal on this type of way. So just hearing the way that things can be seen differently has brought on like a whole new way of looking at stuff. So tell a little bit more about the book building. Like, this isn't just you build these books and they're done, with the old or the new, and then so it's almost like a 2-in-1 course.
Yeah. So it's my goal that every woman in the world do this, that every woman leave their mark. And so what I do is I kind of pull you in by saying, ooh, we're going to make these very sexy books, and isn't this fun? And that's very appealing. People feel safe doing that. And then once I get you there, I start I really challenge you, and I go, now let's use these. Let's make these a way to achieve a higher sense of confidence and self-love and joyfulness in the world. And we talk a lot about the brain in the course, and when you are fearful, you can start seeing, well, I know exactly what this is coming from, and I know a quick way to help me feel better about it. Or just how to learn to be better educated about everything, how to learn better. So there are all sorts of secrets that are revealed that you wouldn't think would make a huge difference, and it does.
Exactly. I can't say that enough. So I can't thank you enough for coming here, and I really cannot express enough how important I think this process is, no matter what kind of artist you are, even if you're not an artist and you just want that daily ritual of something that's non-judgmental, that is just your little space that gives you that time to a coffee stain all of a sudden looks really sexy on this paper, let me tell you.
That's exactly right.
And it is just as simple as that, and it's just your time to feel like you have something special and it's your new best friend. So I can't thank you enough for coming to do this.
Thanks. This is a joy, and I hope you take on this challenge, because I really think it'll have a profound effect on your life. At least I hope it will. It has mine.
Thank you.
Okay. Woohoo!